Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor. Have you ever felt like manifestation just isn't working? You visualize, you affirm, and you even take action, but nothing really changes. You're doing everything the gurus say, and yet the reality stays the same. You even question, does manifestation really work? Today, I'm going to show you exactly why it's not working for you and the number one extremely simple little shift that will make your manifestations easy, effortless, and effective. We've all heard the instructions: live as if, live in the end, be, do, have, instead of have, do, be. Many of us think that that means that we have to act rich before we actually are, maybe overspend, or hoping that we are matching the frequency by pretending or overspending, but really just ending up in debt and financially irresponsible. Or we might try the affirmations and we repeat them like a broken record, hoping to trick our subconscious into believing. But deep down inside, we don't really believe what we're saying. And then we get impatient, constantly checking for signs, doubting the process, and inadvertently, unknowingly blocking our own manifestations. The real issue is that we haven't embodied the identity yet. The be in the be, do, have, or the living in the end is about your identity, the way you see yourself, the way you move through life, the way you think. We don't manifest what we want. We manifest what we are or what we believe we deserve. And if deep down inside your identity is still associated with lack and struggle, you're living in survival mode, your body will keep you stuck in that reality, no matter how much you think positively. I know this firsthand. I had this beautiful vision of a life with wealth and flow and ease. And at first it seemed like it was working. I manifested my dream partner. We got married, we bought a house, had babies, and started a business together. But behind the scenes, it wasn't what I was hoping for. And this shattered my confidence. I kept wondering, why is everything falling apart? Why isn't this what I called in? And then I realized I was still embodying that old version of me, full of trauma and self-doubt, overgiving and people-pleasing, living in survival mode. No matter how much I wanted a new reality, I was still living from the energy of my past identity. And things did not actually start to shift and change until I shifted the way I saw myself and the way I moved through life. I stopped trying to manifest from a place of lack. I stopped trying to force results or make things happen. I stopped clinging to or resisting what was. I stopped running and living in survival mode. And instead, I healed. I had to use the body to heal. This is another key piece, as many of us get stuck in hermit mode under the guise of healing. If you had a difficult childhood, if you did not feel safe, seen, heard, cared for, or loved as a child, you experienced something called complex trauma, and that requires a somatic healing approach. When I learned how to do that, I started to see those subconscious patterns, the negative thinking patterns. And when you address those fears, you're able to get that up and out of your body so that you don't live that way anymore. When I finally learned how to do this, my business tripled. I had more than enough, and I am free, living in certainty with zero doubt that that dream that I continue to call in is already happening. Yeah, it takes time, but it is happening. Healing is happening. Expansion is happening. Flow of wealth and abundance and overflow of everything that we've ever desired is always trying to come in. And when you learn how to do this, it will start to come in. And this is where most of us get it wrong. We try to do more instead of focusing on being the version of ourselves that already has what we want. So how do you actually become that version of yourself? Let's talk about it. I'll give you the exact steps to think about. First, heal. You can't create a new reality while your body is still holding on to past pain. Unprocessed trauma keeps your nervous system stuck in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, you cannot manifest. That is a contracted state, and you are cut off from the flow, the life force energy that is trying to flow to you. Nervous system regulation is great, but it's kind of like lipstick on a pig. If you haven't used somatic healing therapy to get at that trauma that lives in your body and causes the dysregulation in the first place, check out the trauma spotting links below to get started. The next step is setting yourself free. Break out of that limiting cycle of mental, emotional, and physical constriction. Stop repeating those old stories and start stepping into belief and certainty. It is already done. Stop focusing on what's not working and shift your energy into believing you are in a new state of being, even before it happens. You are a powerful creator, and what you anticipate, what you believe, what you think about will become your reality. Think about, who is that version of me that already has what I desire? How do they think? How do they feel? How do they move? How do they dress? If you're at a point of decision in your life, ask, what would that highest version of me decide to do? What would the wealthy version of me decide to do? What choices would they make? How would they move? How would they think? How would they feel? Touch into that version of you. Dress like they dress. It can be as simple as a new pair of pants or a new haircut. Then think about, what does their environment look like? Maybe you need to declutter, rearrange, or elevate your space in some way. Maybe if you want to live on the beach, get some posters of palm trees and put them on your wall. Play the sounds of waves in the background as you move through your house or as you sleep at night. Think about, how would you feel if you were sitting on the beach? If you lived on the beach, what decisions would you make? What would your day look like? And then start to embody that version of you. What words would you speak? What would you speak over yourself and call into your life through your language? Remembering that music and movement are powerful activators. Listen to high vibe playlists or manifestation playlists, or again, sounds of ocean waves, whatever makes you feel like you are tapping into your future self now. Remember too, that we have to move the energy. If you feel stuck, it's because things are stagnant. You've got to move. The body holds the energy. Moving your body is a significant way to change your energy. So walk, dance, breathe. Make sure that you are breathing differently. How do you usually breathe? And then how would that version of you hanging in the hammock breathe? Remembering that we've talked a lot about healing our brain after complex trauma, that brain-derived neurotrophic factor is created when we run. Running is amazing for moving the energy, becoming a new version of yourself, healing your brain. Think about, how do you move typically in your old life, and how does that future version of you move? When you go to work, take a new route, explore new places. If you want to live on the beach, find a local beach. The first Hermetic principle is that all is mind. Your thoughts shape your reality. Shift your beliefs and upgrade your affirmations. Adjust them so that you can believe in them. Remembering that belief is a spectrum. So if you are at, I can't do this today, start with possibility. Maybe I can. What if I can? And work your way into that certainty that knows that this is already done. Remember to dream. Do you even know what your dream looks like? Can you write your future into existence? Remember that manifestation isn't about faking it at all. Fake it till you make it kind of works, but it's only going to work if it moves you into the embodiment of that next level self now. So remember, heal. If you have unaddressed trauma, if you struggle to move through life the way that you would like to, if you feel stuck, if you have tried to do the things that you know you need to do, but you can't seem to get yourself to do it, you likely are living with unhealed trauma, and you must utilize a somatic approach to healing. Trauma spotting saved my life, and I know it can work for you. That is a precursor and a requirement to being able to shift your identity. Stepping into a new self is not going to work if your body and your nervous system don't feel safe doing that. But once you do that, once you've done the healing work, you can start to step into a new identity. And that's when things will fall into place. So just pick one thing today, one thing that you can do today to start to feel the way that future version of you would feel. What's one thing that you could do today to embody your future self? Make sure you comment below, because your ideas will help other people. And if you need help with trauma spotting, if you need help with healing your trauma, or even just the embodiment piece, make sure that you join us in the More Than Enough Mastermind. That is what this is all about, is stepping into your highest self, stepping into your purpose so that you can thrive, and by thriving, make the world a better place. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I do have a free resource below. If you feel stuck and you struggle to identify what is blocking you, make sure that you check out the most recent video on parts. We are all made of parts, and identifying who's holding the key to that subconscious program and that block will help you break free today. I love you, my friends. Namaste.